All right, class. So for this last component of our new board, new drawings, I like to create a little key diagram that further explains the beauty or the magic between all of these pieces, how they actually assemble, how they're units on themselves, and how they assemble. Probably later on, even some dimensions will be helpful. But we'll start with this. Okay, so we have a two-dimensional pattern right here on the top. We have the extruded version of that, and we have the inventory of that. Okay, so let's go through how to complete that. And we've uh, we've we've already gathered our drawings, hopefully. I think we did that at the beginning. If I go to parallel, remember that, it's like, let's bring this ones over here. I think that might be helpful. Okay, so all right, so this is what we need to do. So we're going to select this right here. We're going to repeat the same process, basically. Set our view and isometric southeast, zoom selected, type what? You guessed right, make to D, click OK, and bring this out here. Okay, I'm going to put it right here because that's in order. And then for the other one, the top view, we don't really need to make 2D because it already is 2D, right? It's just a set of curves. No really, change or difference with that. So I'll go ahead and rotate. Now I like to show this like this. Like, let's make sure that they are matching. Let's make sure that they're matching. So wouldn't it be better if we actually change our view? So I'm going to go back to my set view, isometric southeast, and actually go into my, what would it be now? I think this one would work, or maybe even this one over here. So let me try the northeast view. And I think it might be in the northwest then. Set view. There we go. So that's the view that I like to get. Make to D, select object, enter, OK. You get your objects. Let's move them right here to the side, and then let me show you. Right, the difference. So it's much it makes more sense, right? Especially if you're just seeing this for the first time. This relationship between, oh, okay, those L's, like, oh, okay, I see them right here. Then perhaps this one right next to this one. Perhaps that's a little bit subjective, but again, clarity, right? Now, as you'll see, I don't know if you noticed from the example, actually, we're going to explore a setting in Rhino that's going to be helpful over here. And it's actually hidden lines. I don't know if you guys can see those dots right there. And that's part of the Make 2D setting that perhaps you've seen already. So I'm going to recreate that view. I think it was set view, isometric northwest, zoom selected, Make 2D. But in this case, I'm going to check this hidden lines setting right here. I'm going to click OK. And I want to bring these right there. Go back to the top. Set view top. So you can see the difference. And it gives us those hidden lines there, okay, which we'll use in our diagram. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that set up. This out of the way. This right here. Okay, So we'll go to our sheet. We can copy any of these viewports right here. We're going to resize it, place it if needed. Let's make sure that we can lower this right here. Yes. Let's make sure that they're aligned. So I'm going to draw a line right here so that all of this is aligned here. So we keep it clean and consistent, and we gain a little bit of room. And we're going to create a viewport there. We're going to copy. We're going to create, well, we're going to shift our view, and we can resize it as well. Okay. Let's see, maybe you can put that right there, kind of looking for this alignment over here, kind of like maybe, oops. Here. And I think also your proportions will be different from project to project. Some might occupy more space, some might be maybe leaning more towards the X or Y axis. But again, it's sort of depends, right? And then here, what we're going to do, so like we saw, resize this right here, resize right here. Copy this. We're going to call this, right, 2D pattern. And we're going to copy this. We're going to call this extruded 2D pattern. And I'm looking for some sort of a, maybe like a midpoint right here that, my viewports can align. And ideally my text too. And maybe, that let us know that, hey, this could be a little bit larger. I can double click in there, use my dynamic zoom right here, and recenter this. And so here, right, we'll start over here. We're gonna go on to our make 2D lines. Notice that we have your curves, clipping planes, and hidden. Let's go ahead and turn off our hidden lines for right now, and we can actually get these ones set up with line weights. All right. Maybe something like the pens 0.5 continues. Change object layer. I think that's too thick, actually. So let's go ahead and change it to 0.3 continuous. Change object layers. There you go. And then we can actually turn that off, turn on our hidden lines. And those lines are kind of hard to see. So let's go ahead and actually set them up to 0.3 dots. And hopefully that's a little bit better. maybe. No, maybe like a 0.1 actually. 0.3 continuous. 0.3 knots. No, we're gonna go thinner. 0.13. Change object layer. Oh, but we don't have a dot, so duplicate layer. 0.13 dots. Let's go ahead and set this to dots. Okay, it's a cool drawing, interesting drawing. Change object layer. All right, there you go. That's reading a little bit better. So those are 0.3. And then I'm going to set myself up in the 0.5 layer. 0.8, I'm sorry. I'm going to go into this viewport. I want to type polyline. And I'm going to do what we've been doing to our isometric drawings, which is outlining and tracing the outline so that it has a little bit of a pop. Okay. And then we're going to come to the 2D pattern. And I think this one should be pretty straightforward. Let's see, what should that one be? Should that one be a 0.3 continuous? Change object layers. I think that work. Okay. And then lastly, let's go ahead and create some labels. So I'm gonna cheat right here and try to bring this text over here. It's gonna help us. So let's go ahead and set up an inventory, and you can just go ahead and copy it from what I have here. Oops. Probably want to do maybe this, so that it's not in the way, and maybe this right here. There's more to the layout that I like for us to maybe design and look at. For right now, just kind of like get us going with our first and again, this text right here should be the same. Let's make sure that they're consistent. And we'll bring this right here. Again, consistent, so we'll call this right here. Well, maybe we can just kind of like print this right here. Okay, kind of like playing this game. Right. And I can't remember from the original which one was which, but so what we want to do is do a text. Let me show you. And we want to label them, right? So let's say this is A right here. Let's see, a text size. I think 0.15 should be good. So what we want to do is label each of these pieces right here. And I want to get myself onto the 0.13 layer so that I can do some circles. And then let's make sure that the labels are also on the right layer, so that'll be text. So we probably need another layer right here. G note. And we'll change that to text, notes, and actually that I'll change that to notes as well. Even though it's just a lines, but it goes with that. And I'm just gonna, so here this is actually something good. You sometimes might just want to force, so this whole this circle is in the drawing nodes layer, and as such it has a continuous with the default line weight, but you can actually break those defaults individually right here. So the print width, actually I can change that, and I can change that to maybe 0.18 individually, and I didn't do it to the entire layer, just to that object right there. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this right here. I can I like for us to all have the same letters, so I can't remember which ones were which, but I guess we'll follow this. But I think I kind of remember. I think if I remember correctly, they were all in order. By that I mean that the largest one was A, which was the cross, and then I think this was B, right? And this is also B, and then from there we go right here to C, D, E, E, and then F, then F. Okay. So we have that right there, and we can copy this right here as well. Copy, and we match them, right? So now this is, I'm gonna turn off the O snap for right now. That's A right there. B, of course, is the L, so I'm gonna put them right here. Now it's gonna get tight, so I'm gonna actually send them all to the outside. Well, a little bit outside right here, and I'll show you what we're gonna do. So we're gonna put this one. Actually, we can maybe get rid of that one right there. I'll show you why. So that's B, and then because we're gonna use what's called leaders, which are little arrows. C, A, B, C, D, E is the squares, and F is the little wedge triangles. Okay, and like I said, we're going to use what's called leaders. So let's go ahead and create a new layer, call it leaders, activate it, and then you type leader, and you're going to start where you want to. So here this is what it does, right? I mean, so it creates an arrow, and you can do that. Press enter. We don't need to add text because we already have it. This window pops up, so just press OK, and we end up with that. So type leader, right? So come over here, and then bring that right there, and that right there. Enter, click OK, and then I can move this. Now, and I can repeat that leader. Can actually copy. And I can copy this guy. Oops. Oh. Copy. Copy from this point right here and have it. Wait, my guide is not. working. I can eye it. Change this dot over here. This one over here. Those are the F's. So again, we use the leader command so that we can label these. So D was, I think this one right here. And so you want to keep this one horizontal like that. And then, so for example, this one was 2, right? So this B, you can do this one right here, here, and here, enter, okay? And then we can do another one right here, maybe from there to there, and you know, because it's the same letter, okay? So let's go ahead and complete that with your arrows, leaders, and lastly, I think we're gonna have to put all of this, it's smaller. I'm going to select all of this and then just make it smaller so that it fits right here for right now. Okay, so I think that's that. I'm going to get ourselves more room right here. Over here as well. So just complete adding the arrows, the leaders to all of the pieces right here, and you should end up with the final sheet with the most of the process that we've been going through. Okay, all right, don't forget to save. We go to print. After you've added your leaders, of course, when needed. Don't forget about this F1 over here. And notice that in this case, you're gonna have color, right? I mean, your assembly lines, those should be colored, whatever color you like. Make sure that your scale is, well, the same as the viewport or the sheet that you're using. Go ahead and print. In this case, I'll go ahead and save it over here and show you the result. It should look something like this. Okay, all right, hopefully this comes handy not only for this exercise but in the future exercises. All right, thank you, class. See you in the next one.